Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are on game number 2 between sYz and SeleCT. This time we are here on Antigua Shipyard. And yes, this is the second game in the series here between the two players. SeleCT ends up winning last game. Quite an impressive early game harass from SeleCT. Hellions and Medevacs, very, very impressive. Was able to do quite a bit of damage, not only economically, but also killed off a bunch of Zerglings early on. We saw some continued follow-up harass, effective drop from SeleCT, able to take out a Spire, damage a hatchery as well. And although sYz did a good job in a counterattack of doing some return damage economically and just killing off units, it really wasn't enough. Also, SeleCT was able to get up a 4th, which was something sYz was not able to do, and being so far behind economically meant he was also unable to compete with the amount of forces that SeleCT was able to produce. And that was game number 1. It was exciting nevertheless. It was a nice back and forth, although some may say SeleCT was pretty dominant most of the game. The fact that sYz did a bit of return fire was at least exciting for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it too. Did he really just engage? Oh man. Automaton 2000. Taking shots from an SCV, so sad. Alright, we got the racks coming out. Let's keep an eye to see if there is going to be a refinery. Not the same style of build that we saw last game, as SeleCT did go with the early gas, which allowed him to get that factory really, really early on. He is going to be getting the refinery, but not as early as last game, so we won't be going quite as crazy fast early factory. sYz will be going hatch first this game, much like we saw last game. Pool will be coming up very shortly as well. And look at that, solar panels. What exactly is that powering? I don't see anything that needs powering here right now. I suppose that. Yep, it's powering that. Back over here, we can see the SCV Scout is actually making his way cross-positional. He will be checking sYz's base immediately. It's going to give him a good indication as to the timings here of sYz. Also wants to figure out when that gas timing is coming on down so that he'll have a good idea as to when to expect the metabolic boost. Of course, and that lets you know when the speedlings are going to be all done, and that lets you know when you have to be trying to maintain map control from your opponent. We should be seeing that factory very shortly here, getting close to that 100 Vespene. SCV does pull on up. He scouts that extractor. Obviously knows about that expansion there as well. Everything looking pretty normal over here from sYz. One Marine making its way across the map. Oh, that poor drone. Needs to be careful. There you go. Smart drone. Smart drone pulls back. Doesn't want to die to a Marine. And actually the Marine, you gotta be careful here though, because we're gonna have those lings out very shortly. Pool has just popped. We should be seeing at least 2 lings, if not 4. Oh no, is he really gonna delay these lings? Oh no, here comes SeleCT with his Marine, trying to place down a bunker. Even if he doesn't get this up, he's forcing all of these workers off the line for quite a significant amount of time. Already losing one worker. And we should be seeing SeleCT forced to cancel this, though. No, able to still continue it as the drones are forced to pull away. It's going to be very close. Here come the lings. Now it's time to cancel. Second Marine pulls forward, though. Pulling one with some micro. Pulling another Marine back. This is going to be a very dangerous situation. He salvages. He ends up losing it anyways. How sad is that? Very close there. SeleCT almost pulled that off. That would have been a riot. Would have been terrible for sYz, though, as he would have had to come out with more lings to deal with that. Very, very close situation. sYz able to just barely hang on and prevent that from happening. So now he doesn't have to worry about making any more lings. He's already made too many, to be honest. Back over here inside of SeleCT's main base, we can see Starport coming through. Here's a reactor there on the factory, plus this reactored racks over here, and we're going to be seeing Marine Hellion Medevac push. That is what we are expecting this game here from SeleCT. Won't be expanding anytime soon, as he needs a ton of minerals to come out with these double Marines and double Hellions, and then a Medevac will come out. He's going to push out, and a lot of times what will happen is you'll see them just drop into the main. They'll pull their units forward, drop into the Marine, like sit the Hellions on the low ground, drop the Marines on the high ground, and then pick up the Hellions and put them up there, and then you just go blam right in your opponent's main base, and it can be really terrible. Now, this is going to be an issue for sYz unless he scouts it out. The concern is that he won't have enough units, but actually, interestingly enough, we do have a Baneling Nest coming through, and that is going to be just great for him if he can get that Baneling Nest up. First of all, where is it? Am I just blind? Yes, I am. Baneling Nest coming on forward over here in the back of the natural expansion for sYz. It's also coming out with a few more lings. So he could be all set here. I mean, he actually has a pretty potent force, pretty decent force for being so early in the game. And map control isn't going to go to SeleCT as the Speedlings are able to pull out and spot the medevac coming. He sees the Hellions, so he should fully know what to expect. He's now going to cut off reinforcements over here and going to push up for a counterattack. Uh-oh. Got 16 Lings coming through. I don't know if this is going to work for SeleCT. It's going to come down to micro here in this engagement. Lings trying to pull forward. Here come the Banelings. He is going to bust that front wall. Hellions and Marines now moving on in, forcing all of the drones off the line. And actually, with those Marines and Hellions, the Marines specifically, he can actually drop these bases pretty quickly. Now sYz is just going to go outright for a counterattack, and he's going to make his way right on up there without issue. Hellions trying to pull down the natural expansion. sYz now focused on defending his natural, busting right through the front wall, and the Speedlings and Banelings in the main. Goodbye, SCVs. The economy is shot right now for SeleCT, and sYz still has some nice mining going on over here. He's able to defend against the last of Marines and Hellions. And oh no, SeleCT, his early aggression is not looking to have paid off, and he calls the GG. SeleCT's early game, Marine Hellion medevac drops gets countered with a Baneling bust. Banelings and Speedlings making it right into SeleCT's main, and at the same time, we were able to see sYz defend his natural expansion and pull out with the victory. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe. Stay tuned for game number 3 coming up in just one moment. Keep watching and keep owning.